Hello guys, it's Ruada, and today we are gonna continue Steins Gate. So we are just about to hear Kailh, which would tell us who is who in his lab. Hey you, can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yeah, you on the other side of the monitor. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that from your perspective, it appears that you are the ones inside the monitor. But that's where you are wrong. For it is you who are inside. Reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that inclines you too. The true reality is on this side of the screen. No, believe me, I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simple terms. It's enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. Call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. I forgot how what were the buttons for tips. Oh, okay. The system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice it to say the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people don't even know that their lives are controlled by the system. So deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. Entrance, why? Really? You shouldn't do bad things, Kailh. But I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down Chudori until we reach Suechiro Station. The day left on Kurama Ebashi Dori. Ideally before the traffic light, you will find the rundown Iiyama building. The lab is on the second floor. Yeah, by the way, I was in... well, not in this place per se, but I have visited the alley where they have their building, and they even have a, how do you call it, vacuum machine? No vacuum, vending machine with Steins Gate logo and stuff. On the first floor is a store of a reputation called the Bluedio Workshop. You can't miss it. Another name for the Kailh ray tube, CRT. This name is used more commonly in Germany and Japan. It comes from the name of the inventor of the Kailh ray tube, Carl Ferdinand Braun. There's exclusively in CRT monitors of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akihabara's hectic town, the demand for CRTs is practically not existent. But the proprietor of the Bluedio Workshop technology is also the owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain his ridiculously nice hobby shop even as Landwell continues to rise. He may seem a rough sort, but he was no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. Waha! I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. Very complicated scientists from all fields to apply. Present researchers are... Okay, Kailh, you've gotta say lab members, not researchers. Or lab members, laboratory members, are free. I'm the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, lab member number 001. Then I said my scientist, iiyama. Kailh is cuter though. Next, we have our resident cosplayer and only female member, Labman number 002, China Mayuri. This timing! An abbreviation of costume play, to dress up in a costume, most often as a fictional character. People who cosplay are called cosplayers, which can be shortened to lawyers. Many cosplayers make their own costumes. Maish, yes. I like making costumes more than wearing them. And last, we have our resident super hacker, Lapmem. Yeah, exactly what he said. A remotely skilled hacker, or at least someone who claims to be one. I've heard my friend's a hacker, so he can easily find out who we are, what appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obvious non-existent hacker a hacker. Stop calling me that. I'm super hacker, duh. Here, at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. Moderators, see your lab's homepage. And yeah, they had their own website. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Dominion. But the research has spawned a number of offshore divisions. In fact, that's all it's spawned. Arsenal of Future Gadget is up to 8, but it's just the beginning. A total of 108 inventions to create. Like that tennis manga, right? I get it. No! The number of early desires is mortals, you A-channel junkie. A-channel, fictional, Japan's most popular research board, covers a wide variety of topics from hacking to cooking to anime to current events. So it's kinda like a 4chan. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when attacking. Yeah, won't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm talking to myself, can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor. He just screamed. What are you looking about, damn you? You exist outside that monitor. Just say don't look at me. Angels. Do you feel fear and shock? On the internet, it's an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something looking towards the camera. I don't think that's gonna work. Repairs or attempts to communicate have failed. It's hard to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe they think we are in the game. I thought it's an occurred to them. But aren't you to dig girlfriends the same way? A female character in an anime game or manga. No, James, no. That's different. Those girls are my wives. Nobody cares how to harem. But when you should touch upon a very interesting theme, you know? What if we are actually just characters in a game? Anyway we can know for sure? No. Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system. Nice to be you, bro. Literally 8th grade syndrome, a term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extremely self-centeredness, to the illusion of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chunbui, which is often abbreviated chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as in ancient conspiracies, superpowers. The tragic powers set in the character's arm. Not to the logi bards for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunbui case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Ocarin is a textbook example. I step back from the monitor. Hi, James. Now it makes sense? Hi, James. After a discovery like that, I cannot continue playing this game while being sober. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. A mammal, related to the camel. Average weight, blah blah blah. Recently, alpacas can even be found in America and New Zealand. Unlike camels, alpacas do not have humps. Their bodies are covered with fluffy fur. Due to their strangely long necks and charming faces, they have some popularity as an ugly cute animal. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I found only the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. Bought it yesterday. 500 yen used. Headset include. I turned to Daru with amazing glare. Shut it, Haka! I'm not Chibuyu patient. I am Hyomada! Hi James, I have remembered that I have to add da at the end. Hyomada! No, hi James, Steins doesn't do that. Hyomada! That's your character's name, right? Shock and fear, that I remember it. Oh Daru, your communication skills are beyond repair. I already know I got to a ton of offline meets, and I'm always the life of the party. When members of an internet community meet in real life. And that's not really. No, I don't even remember anything like that. This fat, respected guy is my brother in arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He has two wives on whom he chats with three teammates. Iron Gems. Even in this game we have mates. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's a reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his instance that software is his forte, he shows a remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. No, can't beat my finger. His Easy Gear is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costume at her usual recently pace. Unfortunately, I have no idea if the costumes are well made or not because I don't know what the characters are supposed to look like. Why shock? Why does the future Garage Laboratory need costumes for women? He doesn't. That's why I said that I cannot play this game while being sober. Oh my god. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the future Garage Laboratory. I still remember the day. The day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, she said to me. Mayushi is Okarin's hostage. I belong here. Iron Gems. Bondage. I mean BDSM. She's his hostage. So almost like a slave. Once again, shock and fear. To me, her offer was my salvation. So did Alpaca Man say anything?
Yeah.
Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you think the game is bugged. The antisocial alpaca. And it's music. The TV makes it sound like it's short and then the screen goes blank. I changed the channel, nothing. Check the power cable, nothing. Hack it again, nothing. I guess it's broken. Then. This clumsy TV is on lease from the Brown to workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made me Mr. Alpaca angry. Lol. Damn, I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and look out of the window. I can't stand the humidity of Japanese summers. Blazed by a slight breeze blowing through my window, I guess far out into the horizon. I close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. They're gone. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores gone, in the restaurants gone, even the cars vanished, drives and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only cold chill down my spine. Then, wandering through the desert Akiba, I saw a satellite smash into the roof of the Radican. I just stood there, breathless until... Tuturu! Oh, Karin! Esper, what's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri's hand not disappeared. Everyone disappeared just now, right? You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Do you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? I didn't see anything. You didn't? You saw nothing? Nothing at all? There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? The store classes are gone. The symbols by any measure. Of course they are. Therapy didn't make any sense. It was like this when we got here. And I know, you are seeing things, aren't you? Actually, it's because of the heat. Too. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radican, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building. The same building where just moments before I had found Makise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Has any bolt called an ambulance? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in the dark room, called Bloody and alone. The thought distracted me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was... What the hell is that satellite there? Satellite. Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building was shaken by an unknown force. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it sat a large satellite-like machine. That's right, when I saw it, the object was neatly sitting on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. The satellite has penetrated the top floor of the building. It looked as if it had completely obliterated the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could be there? The real question was... When did that happen? Mayuri, I was a satellite. Wait. Entrance, why? Yep, what surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was the surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. How did it make a sound? I don't think it was kaplow. I would say it's more like zoom, like the roar of an earthquake. Did the satellite fall out of the sky? Do you think any aliens were on board? Angels, and I'm like Okabe Taro. Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly nothing seemed real. Had I dreamed at all? I caught the attention of a policeman trying to cordon off the scene and tried to tell him about the stabbing of Magise Kurisu, but no one got stabbed at Radican, he annoyingly insisted. What? How could he say that with such certainty? We were escorted up to UPX and released. Wait. Fictional, a major office building in Akihabara. What do you think about their music, Gems? There were people at the UPX like usual. And that brings us to the present. And Beth. The whole hours since the beginning of Nakabichi presentation will happen. I check online for a news. The need is buzzing about mysterious machine that crashed into Radican. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of hundreds of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see! So that's it. I guess now he's gonna pick up his phone and talk about the organization. He's all an elaborate cover up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government they are under the control. My God! But they underestimated me. Or I am not so easy played. One day, I suppose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a salty boot of Dr. Pepper, my favorite soda, from the fridge. Elixir intellectualizes, a drink fit for a genius. Cola's better. Okarin really loves his Dr. Pepper. I pity the man who knows not the greatness of his beverage. Step through the certain by dividing its center and you will enter the heart of the future gadget laboratory. A top secret development room restricts only the lab members. Personally, I'm not fond of this cheap carte. I often dreams of replacing it with an airlock, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I love the windows. Here are winter strip with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like sauna. I have been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Like me. And just like Coke is better. Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly? What plan? I sit and turn his attention to the tape in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on the top of the tape is commercial grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. A microwave oven. A cooking appliance which heats foods by bombarding it with microwaves. Originally called the Radaranch. The microwave was invented when a radar technician accidentally electromagnetic waves could warm food. Afterwards, research continued and the consumer appliance version was launched in America in 1947. It emits electromagnetic waves at a frequency of 2 and 45 GHz. It is a special frequency known as ICM band, which is also used by wireless LAN devices. Consumer grade output is around 500 to 100,000 watts, and commercial grade output is around 1,500 to 2,000 watts. Too much info. The plan, as in the plan, obviously. Attacking about preferring gadget number 8. That. How is I supposed to know what you meant? We have known each other for what? 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we are going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. Cellmates. He's only been a lump member for 2 months though. We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk at all, so 2 years? Details! Angels, of course, why shouldn't I? The point is we have known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here. Nope. Nani? Man, I wanted to always have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparation and other important solving stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. So, are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8? Not yet. So far, the Future Gadgets Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpacaman, the lab's my goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious futurish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. By the way, there is a the thinker from Ace Attorney. It's a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. The ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else. The microwave oven was born through serendipity, blah blah. So far, they total 8 in number. Gadget number 1. The Bit Particle Gun. The very first future gadget, a toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change channels by pointing at the TV and pulling the trigger, or the only support button is channel plus. The other buttons like volume are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the switch on the TV. His name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime Mobile Jacket Gundam. Gadget number 2. The Bamboo Helicam. I understand what. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached at the helicopter fulcrum, allowing you to record area footage unpowered. However, the image is rotating at high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. Name originates from the science fiction manga 22 Emon. Gadget number 3. Could this be Ora Ora? Yeah, it's a reference to JoJo. Shock? Lie detector based on perspiration. Though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is reference to the classic manga JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Gadget number 4. Mode Snake. Yeah, it's reference to Metal Gear Solid. Future gadget. An instant super humidifier as electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. It generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a claymore landmine which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth-action game Metal Gear Solid Rising. Shock and fear once again? Speaking of once again! Gadget number 5! Once again! I have made a worthless object by Goemon. Created by buying a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated with the exhaust of the vacuum. Its name is a reference to the popular animal Lupin's the Third. Oh, it's a reference to Lupin the Third. Card number 5, the Thalium Saber. Yeah, it's gonna be reference to Star Wars. A red chemical joystick with a hand archage, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not just with future gadget motory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge. Inspired by Spark Wars, a series of epic science fiction movies. Spark Wars. Oh, Ghost in the Ball. It's a reference to Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, Steins guess is just a reference to every other anime. Me neither, items. Only Detective Conan versus Lupin the Third. A gadget created by Arwing 12 6-inch 30 monitors in Sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor of the opposite side of the sphere. These attempts at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size might make it difficult to store. Its name is derived from the science fiction manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation. Anyway, our current problem is the future gadget number 8, the phone wave, name subject to change. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I added name subject to change to the end until we come with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. But I digress. The phone wave, name subject to change, is in short a remote-controlled microwave. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has second unintended capability. Or brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved Chuki Chicken number 1, as usual when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than where she pulled it. The microwave refrosted chicken. Bear in mind, the frozen chicken had almost died by the time she placed in the phone wave, name subject to change. I just said it 9 times. Ah, that you didn't watch it, yeah. I watched 1 or 2 episodes, but it was just so slow that I ignored it. But when she removed it, it was still frozen solid. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause. We tried coming what Mayushi did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze the banana, it went out really weird. I just don't get it. Mayuri! Bring forth the bananas! Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again? That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel bananas? But gel bananas are gel bananas. Whatever, get moving. Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick it the whole bunch into the phone wave name subject to change. Your stinginess could cause us the battle with the organization. That's fine with me. Mayushi always buys the bananas, and Mayushi can't eat a single one. Next time, we only do 1 banana. The phone wave, name subject to change its name to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book, I just need to call the phone wave. I waste no time. The call connected in an instant. Hello, this is the phone wave name subject change. Here's the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru programmed to operate the phone wave. Do you hear Mayushi's voice? Be quiet, I'm trying to listen. You can operate the timer from this menu. After pushing the cross button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press 60 for 1 minute. 40 minutes, press 120. Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave name subject to change, function like a normal microwave. Yes, I do. Instead, we are going to do everything mess up and enter 102 cross. That should do it. The method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave needs subject to change comes to life. Nice turn tablet right, is even spin backwards. Backwards! Shock, I'm gems. This might have serious implications. If you look at quantum critical behavior driven by Hans' rule. A rule governing the placement of an atom electrons, orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before and they are filled with a second, also known as Hans' rule of maximum multiplicity. Yeah, no. Not Hans' rule. No. Okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spin bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Germanas are ready. But Mayuri discovered that the phone... Wait. Sorry. The phone wave, named subject to change, had a freezing function. You attempt to freeze a bunch of bananas, this is what happened. It just get more confusing each time. Daru, you won't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you won't. It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered. They look really nasty. The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it. No way. Fine, Mayuri. The honor shall be yours. Bunch of banana, big, droppy, soft and squishy. Wait, shall I let it try it on? This grilled deepness is truly on another level. I'm just used it as well. It had no flavor and wasn't tasty at all. Loopy, droppy and soft and squishy. Daru, what do you think? I think that Daru will say that she should repeat it. Do you know why? Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy banana. Mayushi, say your bananas are soft and squishy for me. Your bananas are soft and... Don't make her say that, you perf! I'm just now, you know why? In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru, and I had to die Biru. Fictional. A skyscraper with offices and a commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 23. Connected to IPX by overpass. There's going to be a seminar at ATF and we have to be there. Fictional, short for Akihabara Techno Forum. A meeting hall located outside Daibiru. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars there. Here. Tokyo Denki University, where Daru and I go to the school, collaborates with ATF to set up satellite classes. Some credits, basically. We have to attend to the seminar and write the report. Come to think of it, what's today seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. Behind me is a large unusual object that crashed into a building near Akihabara Station. The building is under police barricade. No one is allowed to approach, but from a distance the object appears to be some kind of satellite. You know him? I'm really sad about dropping Mayupa. It's worse than last year when I missed putting that care of Froggy. It's from Mayuri. Responding to every last aspect of a message is a waste of time. I should just pick one topic to respond to, or maybe I will replay it all. Yeah, and in a real game, you could pick up the phone wherever you want, but in Steins Get Elite you can only do it when the game asks you to. And have time for this right now. What? Wait, I just want to save the game. Bruh. Wait. Yeah, Froggy. I feel pain. That thing was worth a fortune. The Proteus research phones ORZ. There's one from the last year, right? I thought you weren't interested. Do you know what ORZ mean? There, that should do it. Man, feel that AC, I'm alive. I like the lab. The Baruch has air conditioning. Maybe thinking of this for poorer students like us. Another reason for diligent participation in the seminar. About the phone web name subject to change. I might have phone to answer. Note that name subject to change means it's annoying. I will tell you later, Anijans. Just remind me. I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab member whose name is hard to change, I will carry on until the day with the decided surname. No, now's not the time. So what's your latest story? What do you mean ridiculous? My genes break consider every possibility. Windows a lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous. So what's the call? You are just pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science. Stop remembering me. At this rate I'll never get to my point. Daru, I have a hundred the phone wave named to change maybe the key to paying Steins gate. How's that? Steins what? You lost me back at ridiculous man. Let me share my revelation about the phone wave name subject to change them new. My brilliant ideas will clearly find no pursuit with Daru. Time to change the topic. You're telling me you have no interest in checking out Radicam? I won't get to see anything anyway. Besides, most of the info is out on the net already. There's more than 100 threads on a channel. It's nuts, dude. But when I ask him if there are any information about Maki Sakuri's on channel, a channel, that again? What do you mean again? I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right? Also, an email? I'm just... Do you know what Okabe means or not? Don't be ridiculous. I just have heard that just 3 hours ago. You know, that message was kinda weird. It was dated a week after I got it, which means it came from the future. He's right, the email was sent from my phone. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stop. Bet. Makisek. Orisu don't. This is the email I sent you 3 hours ago. A charm singers or arrival on the 5th floor. Unless you know what would be funny? If we would see Makise Kurisu alive right now. Elevator doors open slowly. As we stepped out of the elevator, I say Gear. And I recognize her. Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I can't move a finger. I stared at her face in disbelief. Makise Kurisu! Is there something wrong? You should be dead! Why are you here? And you are even... There isn't a single blue stain on her clothes, and they are the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch. I realize that I'm gasping in disbelief. What's wrong with you? You're okay? But that is possible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood. Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine. Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I'm a scientist. Feels silky, quite acutely. Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How she love me. Her skin so soft, so alive. These bodies don't feel like this. Not that I have ever touched one. I'm just, how would you react to something like this? And items. Time travel.
Okarin,
Karin, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oi.
Are you trying to get yourself arrested? I just want to know the truth. That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she just hiding her wounds. It's required further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her jacket. Pull it aside and take a good look at her chest. Go through, Reaper. Stupid, wanna die? The best sooner ever.
Luis-chan no meizerifu.
Luis-chan, a swan's life for the win! Fictional, the main heroine of the anime The Family of Ten, is Tsundere. Her voice actress is Queen of Tsundere. Tsugumi Arie, nickname is Tsugyu. I know what I saw! I'm James Y. Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Maki Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explained everything that I saw. Wait, Dr. Nakabachi? Doctor. What are you talking about, Karin? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled. Cancelled? Yeah, because of the satellite crash. Something wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. My story didn't match mine. I didn't know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy? Excuse me, I meant, how would you react if you will be touched by someone? My name is Kyoin Kyomada! Riemann, you're hopeless. Okay, Kyoin-san, I'd like to hear your story in more detail. Okay, we know what all of those Chan, Tan, and stuff means. Looks like she and I understand I'm lying. But I still don't understand why my words don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Makise-san, it's almost time. Alright, thank you. Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room. We should go too. Go where? To hear the lecture, da? Ah, that. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the gear genius Makise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The gear genius didn't come to attend the lecture. And I would like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today. She's the one giving the lecture. Japan's famous gear, Makise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a gossip magazine article. It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous. I guess you want to know what will be funny? If Okabe would shout Igiari and point at her. The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? When I stared back at her, she quickly looks away. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her Tamil girl, but I learned at Radican how cunning and aggressive she is. Okay guys, I need a moment. I'll be back in a second. Okay, and I'm back. Engines, why shock? She may have these people fooled with her tiny gears act, but I knew that Radican how cunning and aggressive she is. Even if her mother was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her heart is correct. For today's lecture, I have been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I will try my best. Time travel, huh? Things are about saying that the time travel is an absurd concept. Iron Gems. Shock. Ace Attorney. The assumptions for you to claim that the time travel is absurd. Okay, you magnificent fool. An ITF staffer entered the room, ready to kick me out, but Kailh stopped him. Perhaps I got too carried away. Okay, it's fine, I guess. It'd be easier to talk in a discussion format. Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrain from is calling me out. She sounds a little piece, but let's not mind it. But before that, please listen to my thoughts of the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that we're mentioning. What are the major theories of time travel? I have heard about the cosmic string theory at least. Neutron star theory, black hole theory, light speed theory, tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, Kelsian lizard theory, elementary Parker ring theory, direct and triple theory. Not bad. Perhaps Makise could use a worthy revival after all. However, a lot of these models are apparently theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other. Well, what if someone comes to you with 12 model? Right, well. It could be contradicted by the 13 model now, could it? Akkur's gear! I expect that she would tease my question out and use it against me. All of a sudden, I can feel everyone's eyes on me. It's risky to be conspicuous, so I probably shouldn't get too carried away. By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. Shock items that we may travel to the future right now. If I remember correctly, it's something about paying the more you are in the height, like the floor you are living in, then the past time goes a little slowly, something like this. For example, let's say someone were to go to Haneda Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am. What does that mean? According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects as they approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at near the speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 58 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you will jump one day into the future. Understand? Iiyama. Why are you singling me out? Then what are we going to the past? Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you? Well, we're just getting started. Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are cosmic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass. A string-shaped crevice? It must be how they enter our universe. They! Angels! They! Do you know who? Yeah, it does, Angels, it does. But the cosmic string really exist? The crevice is about as wide as an arbitrary paradise, and that is as long as the diameter of a galaxy. Elementary particle, the smallest unit of matter, however, the definition of what continues as elementary particles is unclear. Certain elementary particles have a corresponding antiparticle with opposite charge. Mother of God. It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through the distortion, you could make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees. In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is just called a space-time angular deflection. When you pass through an area of angular deflection, resist time becomes 0. Now we appear this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Agents, they are they. Like in X-Files. They. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use two cosmic strings, you can do a space definitive jump. If you look back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, rule speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as super strings. In physics, the theory that all matter in the universe is composed of strings, vibration of which manifests as the elementary particles. This theory, which posits 11 dimensions, is currently impossible to prove experimentally. However, it is said that if this theory is proven, it will explain all phenomena from the birth and scope of the universe on the macro level, elementary particles like quarks on the micro level. Now then, you need three things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves, two strings to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move at near light speed. How much energy do you think you will need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way to near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.21 gigawatts. Originated from 1980 trilogy of Hollywood movies about machines and time paradoxes. In the first movie, the inventor of the time machine said that it needed 1.21 gigawatts of power to travel through time. In reality, the unit gigawatt does not exist. The script wrote made a spelling mistake. The correct unit is gigawatt. Gigawatt, lol. Third, you will need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and turning, with the time traveler alive, of course. Who do you think Kyo-in-san can to take on the challenge of cosmic strings time travels? Like that's impossible. And why the hell is she messing me? Looks like Kyo-in-san doesn't want to take a challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Kyo-in-san, do you know what wormholes are? Besides the Human challenge, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. Like a shortcut through space, right? Yeah, that's correct. There are two wormholes joined by tunnel. No matter how far away the wormholes are, the transit time through the tunnel is 0. Are you shocked that Steins Gate? I mean, most of scientists game which are referring to science mostly have Schrödinger cat, and it's all, right? And now we are hearing about 11 possible ways to make a time travel. But oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity. The wormhole collapses on itself due to its immense gravity. So call it exotic matter, a substance with negative mass which repulses other matter. Whew. Negative mass, huh? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. Say that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist. In order to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist's grasping force so that I can't squish anymore. To establish the tunnel with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes little more effort. For example, let's say there a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara. The exit is in Los Angeles. First, we need to send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe at near the speed of light, and once it's there, you will walk it back to LA. Whew. Oh my god. How? According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than the Akihabara hole. Sana with Hyo-in-san jumping in the wormhole would arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can be called the through time travel, only seen that way. This is called the Urashima effect. In special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that the time slows down as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine that an astronaut travels to a nearby star and back at close to the speed of light. This trip might take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he would return to Earth to find that thousands of years has passed in his absence. The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more. And transit time is 0. When we return to Akihabara several years in the past, time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for comic stream travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. I'm just nice joke. I mean, nice proposition, but I do it. That someone would use it. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist. So implementation of either one would require a decreased amount of effort. And incorporating them into a time machine is even more untenable. Now do you see what I meant when I said that time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a valid time machine. That is my answer. It's the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because some fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not even been solved. A scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause and is built by the cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physics have observed microscale phenomena that don't appear to obey the principle of causality. You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass? Yes. The mass of the entire universe is constant. If the machine travels from the future of the past, there will suddenly be the extra mass of the time machine and explode in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, such a relation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. I didn't say what kind of danger though. If you think that conservation of mass applies to macrosystems like the universe or microsystems like atoms or elementary particles, you are mistaken. What? Is that true? Ah, she's laughing at my reaction. That little... Ah, how mortifying. Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all. Then what is the problem? The time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradoxes. Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestor before you were born. As long as the paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never. What if you just don't kill them? You can think of it like a science fiction movie. Not just our true family tree. There are far greater dangers than that. Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous. Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. Nothing that even has a 1 chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. Won't you say this is the logical conclusion? There may be loopholes like parallel worlds or the self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept. Nigga! I got my teeth. Looks like I have no choice but to consent. Maki Sekurisu is a genius. And now we're gonna shout at her. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the 2 time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but they quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture. So impressed that you won't think it was an 80-year-old's first time. 18. She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside. So, Maki Sekurisu is dead. And yet she is alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. Don't mesh? What? Not mesh? And not just my memories of Kurisu, but also my conversation with Mayuri. There are 2. Everything that happened in this reality stands in stark opposition to the world I remember. Everything could be solved if I just told myself that what I saw was a dream, a illusion, it never happened. By the time I had snapped out of my internal monologue, Daru had wandered off, so be it. I know. I need to focus on finding a way to discover the true cause of my contradiction memories anyway. This leaves me with no choice. Oh my god. Okay, now you are gonna be surprised, guys and gems. I arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exorcised. I seriously doubt that the Maki Sekurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese, it's in our blood. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Maseibashi Bridge. Is a very small shrine that doesn't fit with the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Ganda Myoin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I really chose this one. Angels, what do you think of her? About this girl. There are 2 girls standing in front of the main building. One is Mayuri, and the other is docile looking beauty wearing traditional Miko attire. Shrine maidens, priestess in the Shinto religion. Miko typically dressed in a white kimono with a red hakama or skirt. Their sole is to assist priests with performing the ascent event. I mean, do you find her cute or what? I'm just for sure, Urushibara Luka, the chief priest's son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy. Yes, I'm James, it's a guy. Shock? Good afternoon, Okabe-san. We met when I rescued him from some aggressive photographers in Akiba's Persian Haven. Some neighborhoods of Tokyo, such as Akihabara, close major streets on busy shopping days. This reflects turns the street into one big sidewalk, facilitating pedestrian access. But he's a guy. It also so happens that Lukaku and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I had gotten to know him. Are you practicing with some? By the way, I think I will make the music a little more quiet. Is it fine now? Oh wait. Are you persisting with Samidare like I told you? As long as you master the Seishin Zanza show of swordsmanship, you can prevent the dark flame inside you from consuming your soul. Demon Sword Samidar Mare may be an initiation sword, but that is only form it takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield appears, it unleashes its true power. I represent this, Okabe-san. My name isn't Okabe. It's Okarin. I'm sorry, Kiyoma-san. As long as you understand. Now speak the words. I'm James. Do you remember the proper face? L, Psy, what? I will give you 30 seconds to answer. L, Psy, Kongru.
違う、コンガ流ではなくコングルーだ。
Thanks, Onishiba, for follow.
はい。L、プサイ、コングルー。
Did I get it right? Lukako smiles happily as I nod.
ありがとうございます。
Such a beautiful master-disciple relationship. Maybe she's not a Fuyoshi, but she's getting a little excited. Fuyoshi, a term for female otaku with a particular interest in yaoi, or works of fiction that depict homosexual relationship between men. Doesn't apply to female otaku in general. Doki doki. Mayuri-chan, please don't imagine such things. Jeez. Oh, though we do have a master-disciple relationship. What are you doing here, Mayuri? I came to see Luka-kun. Koima comes up next month, and I want him to cosplay as Kirai-chan from Rainet, but he won't say yes. Kiari-chan, fictional. The heroine of Rainet Kakeru. Her full name is Nishimura Kirari. She is smart and athletic girl in 5th grade. She's so cute and has a good personality. Basically, the perfect girl. Passionate about fashion, hates mushrooms. Fictional comic Giga Market, a massive otaku event held twice a year at Tokyo Big Sight. Every Komima, thousands of artists gather to sell their creations, with range from erotic manga based on popular anime to original features, music and games. Next Komima will be held on August 15th. But cosplaying, that's just too embarrassing for me. I'm sure you will look great on it. The phrase someone this cute can be a girl is really popular now. Come on, make your cosplay debut. It's an written rule to use this phrase whenever you see someone who looks like a cute girl but is either an of unspecified gender or actually a boy. This expression is also used sarcastically with boyish looking girls. Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She made at least 50 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And looks like she chosen Lukaku as her next target. Anyway, Lukaku, there's a good reason for my being here today. I need to perform an exorcism. Exorcism? Now go get my dad, please. No, it's nothing that serious. I just need some peace of mind. That's why I came here instead of Kantashrine. So with that said, bring out the usual. Usual? Usual for an exorcist should be obvious. I don't know what it's called, but it's that stick with the zigzag piper things is that press those shaky thingy with. It's not really dumb, Karin. By the shock to hear from Mayuri. And then kinda. Oh! It's the evil spirit in my arm! And this music, I'm James. Be still for spirit! Ah! Hurry up, Lukaku! He's trying to take over! No way! Please hang in there, Okabe-san! I'm not Okabe-san!
すいません
I'm sorry, Kima. What should I do?
お払いを
Exorcism, hurry, translate. Like I taught you.
この前教えた通りに
はいえ
Please, Luca, expel the spirit from me! Now, this... wait, what I want to say. Now, what Okabe will say will be the most mimic moment of this game. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lobby appearance makes me feel guilty, like I made a Frey gear cry. The voice of a gear, the manners of gear. More feminine than any gear I know. But he's a guy! Dale de Mayuri, yet oh so slender. But he's a guy! Looks stunning in microbes. But he's a guy! It's almost evening, yet still hot as hell outside. But he's a guy.
大丈夫だ
I'm okay. Looks like you drove away the spirit. Good job, Lukako. If I see or if I offer Lukako my thanks.
お役
I'm
に
glad I was able to help. Lukako gave us some corn on the cob, and Mayuri and I left Yamashi's shrine. Though this corn vessel generally sent to Lukako's home, Lukako offered to share it with the lab after it proved to be too much for his happy family to eat. We truly owe Luka for providing us with these valuable supplies. But he... a guy. Still fired up after Lukaku's exorcism, Mayuri swung her back of corn out like a sword. Not that I could blame her, I was excited myself. We tried taking a shortcut, but found our path blocked off. Reasonable, I suppose, given that the bridge led to Radican. Before progress halted, Mayuri takes out her pocket watch to check the time. It's a very old watch, not the sort you would expect a high school gear to carry. Its name is Pockety. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure. If she concerts out the time, it must mean she has to go to work soon. Without saying a word, I extend my hand to Mayuri, offering to take the call back to the lab myself. And just I tell you a joke, it's us!
ありがと
Or rather, it's me! That I would understand the situation as well.
うじゃあマユシーはこれから
Well, time for me to go to work.
もう行くね
前より
Mayuri, back at Radican, you heard this Emma scream, right?
悲鳴
When was that again?
それっていつ
今日の昼だ
This afternoon?
聞いて
I
な
don't think I heard anything.
そうか
Well, alright.
わかった
変な
Oh,
音
Harry's a weirdo. And you know what, guys? We are gonna end this time right here. And we will find out and meet once again with Marie. Wait, let me repeat it. And we are gonna discover what happened to Akise Kurisu and also meet her once again in